In today's video, I'm going to give you tips on how you can treat coccidiosis in your poultry farm. Now, the good news in this video is that coccidiosis is treatable, it's manageable, and your birds can heal and go back to their normal production. Now, in this video, I'm going to share with you some of the tips that you can help you to treat coccidiosis in your poultry farm. Now, my birds suffered coccidiosis, and yeah, they dropped in production and they went down up 60%, and that was a big blow in my chest because I'm someone who is really passionate in seeing my birds produce a lot of eggs and good sizes. So coccidiosis was really a threat in my poultry farm, but yes, they healed, they became fine, and they went back to normal life. Yeah, this one wants to eat my camera, you see. See this one. Yeah, and so you are welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are watching me for the very first time, first like my video, share it, and then my name is Asperia. You are in the right place if you are passionate about farming and other beautiful things. Now the very first thing I will tell you before I tell you the treatment of coccidiosis. Now, coccidiosis comes from litter management. Basically, how you manage litter in your poultry house is the reason why coccidiosis comes. Now, coccidiosis is something that is a disease that attacks the intestines of the birds. So it comes from what they eat. Now, usually wet and dirty litter. The moment water pours down inside the litter, which they have been pooping in and stuff like that, it gets dirty and the birds eat those dirty particles and they get sick. They get sick from eating those things in the litter. Now, the very first thing, because they say prevention is better than cure, the very first thing you need to see or that you need to check is the litter. The way you take water in the poultry house, does water pour down? If you find that, I've discovered in my poultry farm that I used to tie my drinkers on these wires, like you see, like I've tied this feeder. So I used to tie my drinkers the same way, and then I realized that whenever they drank water and then it remained little, so the drinker would go on one side and then water pours down, and as it pours down they get excited in eating that dirty water, that dirty litter that is mixed with water that just came from the drinker. And as they ate those things, eventually they got sick of coccidiosis. They had to reach an extent of diureting blood, which was very severe in my poultry house. And so the moment you prevent that from happening, you are going to control this monster of coccidiosis. So I now got bricks. I had to get bricks that were big enough, and I had to position the drinkers from there, that in case they finish drinking, the drinkers still remain there when they have not bent down and poured water down. So in that way it helps you to prevent coccidiosis. Then, in case they have coccidiosis, the very first remedy that I would recommend you to give, as you are, going out to look for the medicine from your vet, you give them charcoal. Now, charcoal is a very good antioxidant. It helps these birds in detoxifying their bodies and also helps in boosting their immunity, according to research. Now, this charcoal is not a cure, like it doesn't cure coccidiosis, but it's a remedy that helps in boosting their immunity and detoxifying their bodies. It helps them to be strong, and it eventually helps them to get over that thing of coccidiosis as you treat them. So in case you have just discovered that your birds have coccidiosis, first go and get charcoal, grind the charcoal and put it in water and give these birds. Sometimes when these birds are sick, that they are not going to eat, so they prefer drinking. First starve them, remove the drinkers, let them first be starved for an hour, and then as you mix this charcoal, so when you get the charcoal, put it in the water, sieve it very well, like I shared in my previous video about how I gave the birds charcoal, and then after that bring it in the poultry house and give to these birds. Because they had been starving for a long time, they are going to run up and down and come and drink that water which has charcoal, and it's going to help them. Then the next thing you should do, go to your vet and get the medicine. There is a lot of medicines in the vet shops that it can help in treating this coccidiosis. I really can't tell you which one has worked for me, because I've used many antibiotics. Actually, they call them probiotics. I've used them, and so they have helped these birds to heal from the wounds that are in their intestines that make them diurete blood, and then they get fine as I boost their immunity. Another thing, I would recommend you to give them remedies, like give them other greens like aloe vera, garlic. Those things are very good in poultry, but you have to be very careful. Don't give them every day, because it's going to disorganize their body. These herbs are really good, but they need you to give them under serious supervision and careful attention. Don't just be giving herbs for you get this and you give your birds. No, especially for layers, it can disorganize their laying. Get home remedies and give to them alongside the treatment. Now, when you decide to use the medical treatment, make sure you discontinue the remedies. Don't use charcoal at the same time medicine. If you've used charcoal, then now stop and use the medicine. Usually the treatment goes for 7 days, and after 7 days the birds have recovered fully and they are back into eating and playing in the house and then laying eggs again. So when you are using the medicine, make sure you discontinue the use of herbs and other home remedies. And if you're using the home remedies, discontinue the use of vet, because some of them, they can contradict each other and eventually they don't work, or you find that they become resistant, or they actually cause another problem in the poultry farm. Coccidiosis is treatable, because once I treated my birds, they recovered fully and they started laying again. And the good news is that now the laying percentage went back to normal at 97%, and I'm really proud of my birds. So if your birds have coccidiosis, don't worry, don't cry. They can be treated. Okay, you want to be seen on camera? Come. She's here with her funny mouth. So don't worry, relax, get these birds treated, clean their house, disinfect the poultry house in case they have feces around, and they will be treated. Another thing that you should do when you find that your birds have coccidiosis, first consider disinfecting the house. Now, because they have been diureting everywhere, sometimes the feces have some bit of blood, so these other birds that are healthy, they want to come and eat that bit of blood in the poop. So first run up and down, get a disinfectant. First stand a liter, then disinfect the whole house, disinfect the walls, disinfect down, disinfect these laying boxes. They like standing up on the laying boxes and they poop there. So get these places disinfected and then start the treatment. Now, I believe you found something helpful in this video. If that is so, love this video, like it, share it, and do not forget to subscribe.